So for us, it comes down to the first big question you want to answer is there a product category that we are willing to put ourselves in? That's really one. Or if no, is there a use case we want to lead with? And so a lot of times it becomes obvious if you just list them. So if you say, what are all the product categories that you could theoretically fall into? And you go out and you list them out. Well, we could be called a CRM, kind of like a CMS, but we're also kind of like a task manager. When that becomes like there's 25 different things that you could fall into, you might actually be wanting to lean into a more use case approach. Where the other way, if you're like, we're basically a spreadsheet replacement, like Airtable, right? We're an advanced spreadsheet. On the use case side, you just list them all out. What activities and workflows would be good use cases for Airtable? That list will be almost infinite, right? You could build a CRM, you could build a task manager, you could build you could literally build infinite things with Airtable because it's like a platform. In that case, you probably don't want to do the use case angle. You probably want to pick a category, and that's what they did. And they had two different positionings. If they were talking to technical people, they would call themselves a simplified database. So they were like, we're basically like a simpler SQL database. So they had chosen a reference point that was highly understood and just tweaked it a little. And then when they talked to consumers, because they did B2C and B2B at the same time, when they talked to consumers, they said, we're basically like an advanced spreadsheet or like a spreadsheet plus plus. And so that way, when people think about spreadsheets, they already have a million use cases. And now they're interested to see, well, I wonder how they handle the use case that I'd be interested in. So really figuring out, do I want to do a category-based positioning argument for my product or a use case-based? That's like step one. And then it's layering on, if it's B2B, is there a specific department that I want to be my champion or who is just most likely to be my champion? Because all B2B starts with someone and different departments, even if it's the product spans multiple departments, it is likely one of them will be most likely to champion the product. We'll be so excited about it and so glad that it can solve the problems that they're facing, that they will go and set up meetings with the other stakeholders. They will be the champion to your salespeople to get this deal across the finish line. So it's taking one of those two approaches, layering on a department segmentation anchor, and then potentially layering on an industry-based one, because that's also very powerful. If you are for retail, obviously you want to say that. And so once you get those things in place, it really becomes if I'm doing the category route, what makes me different than the other products in the category, right? Why am I better than the other issue trackers? And Linear had like three main areas. They were like, we're collaborative in real time. We have all this robust keyboard shortcuts for everything you'd want to do. They listed them out. They wrote a big giant manifesto. This is what issue tracking software should be like. And we've made it. So they've chosen the market, people shopping for issue tracking with potentially more layers of segmentation, engineers and like early stage, growth stage startups. I think they were mainly going after. They have this competitive alternative over here, which is old school Jira. And then they're listing their product differentiation and then getting all of that and just putting it on the homepage. Like, you'd be so surprised how many homepages mention nothing about a problem, nothing about their differentiation, nothing about who it's for, and they just list all the outcomes, right? Like, grow your business, increase your revenue, supercharge your company, and then the page ends.